Obviously these types of things you got to kind of learn every year. Kind of what works, what doesn't, how to make it better every time. So I think we're expecting 250, 280 kids on Saturday, and have so many volunteers, so many great people that make this thing work and get it going. It's kind of fun for me. I get to obviously try to help promote it, try to help get it going. But then once the day comes, it's fun. I get to go around, goof around with the kids, play play different games. It's an all sports camp, so Southwestern University, Georgetown High School, Eastview, student athletes come out and they run the different stations and have all the different sports, and just get to have a fun day teaching kids how to play together, work together, and ultimately have some fun playing games.
How much do you look forward to this particular weekend? I know, as you mentioned, you're probably down here, maybe 1 week out of the summer, and then pretty soon it's time to get back into football mode. But but just how much do you enjoy giving back to this community that that you grew up in?
Yeah, obviously growing up here in Georgetown, it just it seems like somebody always steps up to try to help anyone that's in need. So just kind of learn that here, growing up in Georgetown, and this is such a great opportunity to come back every year and be a part of this. So we're having the fundraising arm here on Thursday night, and trying to raise some money for the locker, and then on Saturday it's just a fun event. Bring kids out, be part of the community, get to know each other, and know that this is a special place to grow up, and it means so much to me that I look forward to this event every year.
What inspired the locker? What keeps it going?
I guess I think this is year 10 that the locker kind of since it was founded with my mom and some student athletes at Georgetown High School, where they saw a need in the community for teammates, guys and girls that just kind of needed some help, some hygiene products, sometimes a place to sleep, different things like that. And so through a service learning project, they figured out a way to we need a space, we need something, an area, and we're going to call it the locker, and we're going to put items in there that kids that need hygiene products, need different things for school supplies can come in and take from there, and just kind of get some that dignity that we kind of sometimes take for granted as you go through school. Like all those basic needs aren't always filled for everybody. Sure. So it was kind of awesome through that kind of the roots of it, and through the last 10 years it's really expanded, and they get caps and gowns for kids, help guys and girls with getting bicycles, getting transportation to and from work, helping with just any kind of thing that might be even extra, but it gives a kid kind of some real life opportunities that they might not have otherwise.
I think I've seen you asking you about your career. Is it kind of surreal or hard to believe that for yourself that you've been doing this for gosh, I can't remember how many years, but just the fact that you'll often see kickers kind of hit their peak, have a good couple of 3 years, and then they just kind of just fade off into getting out of football.
Yeah.
Is it do you look at yourself as being pretty fortunate, being able to have stuck around as long as you have?
Yeah, it's now I'm going into my 9th season with the Green Bay Packers, and it kind of this year maybe hit me after that Seattle game, just like, man, that's that was 8 seasons. Lots of really good things, a couple things that wish you could have back, but keep moving forward, and just the opportunities that I've had, just the teammates that I've gotten to play with, the teams that I've been a part of, and doing it all there in Green Bay is a special thing. So sure. I'm excited about year 9 here, and kind of what I've been building through the off season since that Seattle game, and kind of preparing for this this next opportunity, this next season, and it's special every time I get to go into Lambeau Field and go to my locker and know that that's my job. It's I don't think I could ask for anything better.
Right, and then that's not only 9 years, but that's 9 years of kicking a lot of ice cold, rock hard footballs, right?
Yeah. fortunate. We
You're
have
not doing this in domes,
high-powered offense, but they're also high-powered in December. So I'm still kicking a lot, as that weather gets cold. So. I'm just so thankful for all those opportunities. But once December comes there in Green Bay, it gets a little brutal for a Texas boy that never really experienced playing in that cold until a little bit in college. But until I got to Green Bay, it's took a little bit of getting used to, but I kind of enjoy the challenge every year of, all right, it's getting cold, go out there, turn it up a notch, and just be the kind of the best version of you in those late games. Sure. And I've fortunately finished seasons pretty well in my career, and intend on continuing that success.
Now you still have obviously I would imagine that your family were probably the only people in Williamson County that did not think that Dez caught the ball last January, right?
I was hoping we could not get that question, but I don't dispute rules, but I do think you're probably correct with saying that my family definitely was probably in the minority here in Williamson County as far as if that was a catch or not against the Cowboys.
But how exciting was it, to be in a game like that, against the Cowboys of all teams, basically where you grew up.
Whenever they won that game, and I knew they were coming to Lambeau, and just kind of the history of that rivalry, and growing up here in Texas, and growing up a Cowboys fan, watched the Cowboys every. I just remember Thanksgivings, vividly of going to my aunt and uncles and grandparents' house and watching the Cowboys play, And I'm always thinking in the early 90s they weren't as good as they actually were, because I feel like the family was yelling at the TV most of the games. So I was a young kid just thinking that the Cowboys weren't winning ever, but they were just winning Super Bowls. So it was exciting. It looked like it was going to be brutal weather-wise, and obviously I've been in Green Bay a long time. So whenever it turned out being 10 degrees, I was actually happy, which that says a lot. But it was a fun game. I really do think that the Cowboys were definitely one of the tougher teams that we faced all year, and just had a few things go our way and found a way to win there.
So any text messages or old high school classmates or people from here with texts that say real happy for you, but Dez caught the ball?
Well, everybody. It seems like that's always a fun one to crack on. Everyone roots for me usually to make my kicks, but if we are playing the Cowboys, it's kind of a mixed bag of emotions. But unfortunately, I have pretty good friends and family that aren't too hard on me.
Right. Tell me a little about the point after attempt and moving that back, and I think as you were mentioning to them, trying to make that play a little more interesting. What kind of effect do you see having on the game?
Yeah, obviously they just wanted to make like every play in the game, they want to make it relevant. And I haven't talked about a PAT in my 8 years of playing football this much. So right there, it got press, got media talking about it, and so it's going to just have to play out. That's kind of the unfortunate situation with it. Everyone kind of wants to know how it's going to be, but until we are in the games kicking, and especially late in the year, those are going to be kind of where those games are getting tight, and playoff stuff's on the line, different things. Those PATs will be like game-winning field goals, in those situations, and games could be won or lost on them. So, I think the relevance will really kind of come out, and we'll see what what they think of it, and what the fans, the owners, the whole process, how everyone feels about it, especially once the season starts unfolding.
I think I saw one of the auctions being auctioned off tonight is I guess tickets to a Packers game and you giving a tour of Lambeau Field. Now this just isn't any stadium. Have you are you kind of the Packers historian here?
Yeah, I've given a lot of tours, so I know the place well, and this is a special thing that I wanted to do, and that I've done a couple times up in Wisconsin at some different events, but just the opportunity to buy 2 tickets and then to see the inside of the facility. It's not everyone can take a tour of Lambeau and see kind of the public areas, but take everyone through the locker room and do just kind of see which Lambeau and the Packers have kind of redone everything over the last few years, and it's just an amazing facility. Very fortunate to go there every day, and so just to show them the state-of-the-art equipment and everything we get to do on a daily basis, it's a fun opportunity actually for me to show some people that, and everyone seems to be pretty excited about that package.